You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for December 30th through January 10th, 2025. We're going to see Tate trapped, Johnny dumped, and Alex getting lucky. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and if you're not following us, please click that subscribe button. Let's dive right in with the action starting on Monday, December 30th. So Holly goes over to Tate's house and she busts him getting ready to walk out the door to leave town with Sophia, and Holly quickly realizes her boyfriend lied to her. So Sophia and Tate can't sneak away, and then he goes ahead and he confesses to Holly that Sophia is pregnant. And what's really bizarre is Tate doesn't seem to think that Sophia being pregnant should change anything about his and Holly's relationship. And she, of course, thinks he is an idiot because obviously it has to. Jada suggests something to Paulina, and it might be what she talked about with Belle last week about her being DA, at least for a while, to replace EJ for now so they have a decent DA. Fake Rafe's presence puts EJ in a very tight spot. He's soon going to have to do things that he hates, that he doesn't want to do, and things that he knows could get him in big trouble. Meanwhile, Sophia asks Ava for some answers on Monday. Then on Tuesday, December 31st, after Holly walks out on Tate because of Sophia, she is going to run into Doug 3 and get some sympathy. Keep an eye on those two. And Brady gets life-changing news from Ava. This could be about his wicked daughter, Rachel, or it could be about the grandchild that Sophia is carrying, and that could be part of his life if the teenagers don't get to do what they want about this pregnancy. Amy Choi, Sophia's mother, makes her debut on Tuesday. She shows up at Tate and Brady and Marlena's house, and she just chews Tate out, and Amy tells him that he and Sophia are going to have this baby and raise this baby together. EJ goes and gives Paulina a bizarre warning on Tuesday. It's kind of cryptic, and I don't think that's going to sit well with her. Meanwhile, Rafe sees Arnold Fenger at the DiMera Mansion and his jaw drops. Now, that happened at the very end of Friday's episode, but it looks like they won't resume that until at some point on Monday, possibly Tuesday. So we might get a little bit of it on Monday, but more of it on Tuesday. So it feels like Rafe is going to wind up stashed somewhere because Arnold can't let Rafe go now that he has seen him because he's supposed to be dead. Wednesday, January 1st is New Year's Eve, and at the DiMera Mansion, we've got a big party hosted by Johnny and Chanel. Stephanie brings Phillip as her +1 because he asked her out, and then this is like a work thing. Alex decides to invite Joy as his work friend, and Belle Black is there at the party too, and could be that Jada invites her, and Rafe is sort of there. So Gaby attends with JJ, but she's not sure about it at first. And when EJ snarks at Gaby asking who invited her, things get messy. Her brother Rafe is there and laughs at EJ's joke, but that's not really Rafe, that's Arnold. And then Jada notices that something is not quite right with her fiance Rafe, and I wonder if Gaby will notice too. Definitely fake Rafe in the room. Thursday, January 2nd, EJ may be annoyed about Gaby being there, but he is kind of happy that Belle is there, and they start flirting. Chanel overhears Johnny and Joy talking upstairs about that one-night stand incident. She confronts them, and then Chanel demands that Johnny tell her everything. Joy opens up to Alex about Chanel catching them and overhearing them and reaming them out. And then we're going to have some hot midnight kisses, probably not for Johnny and Chanel. Stephanie and Phillip open up to each other, and then they wind up kissing as the ball drops. Alex spots them. He's very jealous. And then Phillip makes creepy eye contact with Alex while he is kissing Stephanie. And Gaby and JJ leave the party and they head to her place after their big kiss to do some more big kissing. Friday, January 3rd, we're going to wrap up week 1 with Gaby and JJ steaming up things at her house when her cousin Javi interrupts, but that is not going to slow them down too much. Johnny needs someone to open up to, so he talks to Abe. Meanwhile, Chanel goes to see her mom, Paulina, about this latest marriage crisis. Alex and Joy do the deed after all the drama at the party, but things are super awkward in the morning. January 6th through 10th, we have everything changing with several relationships now that Chanel knows what Johnny and Joy did. Of course, this is way more Johnny's fault than Joy's, and I would hope that Chanel realizes that. This could also cause some problems at work. I mean, it's not an ongoing thing, but it's definitely a thing. And I feel like Paulina may advise Chanel to walk away from Johnny, especially after the way he treated her and assumed that she was the one doing the deed and embarrassed her in front of everybody at work. Gaby and JJ are on the fast track to a renewed romance, although his family isn't going to like it one bit, not one of those people. Phillip and Stephanie are in the process of reuniting, but you have to ask, does Phillip really want Stephanie, or does he just not want Alex to have her? Because we all know how Phillip is. And it's not like he and Stephanie didn't have a vibe before, but just judging off how he behaved on New Year's Eve with making that creepy eye contact with Alex, I don't trust Phillip's motives in anything recently. Tate and Sophia have to deal with her mother's ultimatum. And of course, Tate is quite upset about Holly's anger at him. Brady is going to be in the mix too, as the teens face increased pressure from Amy Choi. And we are going to see Ava continuing to get closer to Brady during all of this. Arnold Fenger continues his scheming. Looks like he's planning to make a new life for himself, possibly just taking Rafe's life. And that means the real Rafe is in trouble. EJ is not going to be happy to find out that Jada and Paulina have been discussing replacing him with Belle Black. Plus, he's also struggling with a crisis of conscience over the whole Arnold thing. The literal sins of his past are back to haunt him. And then his son Johnny is in crisis. So there's just a whole lot on EJ's plate. I think he's still going to find time to flirt with Belle, no matter if she ends up with his job or not.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.